Hello, young scholars. Today we're standing outside of the Gutenberg Museum, which is in Mainz, Germany. And the reason why we're standing here is because I need to tell you about one of the most important inventions in all of mankind's history that was invented right here in Germany in the mid-1400s. Before the 1400s, books were created in a really old-fashioned way. They would either be handwritten, which could take months just to write a single book, or if you lived in Asia at the time, you might be able to find some writings that were made using block printing, where each character or letter was carved into a block, stamped with ink, and then could be pressed onto a page. Block printing is a little more efficient than handwriting things, and it would be a little bit quicker, but both of these methods are pretty old-fashioned, and either way it takes a really long time to produce something really long like a book. Here in Mainz, Germany, in the year 1440, a man named Johann Gutenberg would come up with an invention that would revolutionize the process of printing books, and that invention was called the printing press. Gutenberg saw examples of Chinese block printing that made their way to Europe, and he liked that system, but he was thinking of a way to improve on it and make it even faster. He also saw technology that was used in Europe at the time to press olives to make olive oil. He combined those two technologies to create the printing press. The printing press was much more efficient than handwriting a book or just using block printing. You can see how it works just behind me. Gutenberg made little blocks with letters in the German language, laid them out to form a page, blotted them with ink, and then used the press to print a page. Now, while it did take a little bit of time to get those block letters in place, once they were there, he could churn out as many pages as he wanted, hundreds, thousands of pages at a time. And if you had to take a guess at the very first book that Gutenberg decided to print, what do you think it would be? If you said the Bible, then you're correct. You know how important Christianity is to people living in Europe at this time, so it's no surprise that the Bible would be the very first book that's printed. If you've ever seen a Bible, you know that it's thick. It would take someone years to handwrite one copy of the Bible. That would make those copies very expensive. You'd have to be very wealthy, too, to afford this. But with Gutenberg's printing press, the Bible could be printed much more quickly, and hundreds of copies could be made even in just a month. The Bible wasn't the only thing printed, but for many people that was the most important thing. So by the year 1455, Gutenberg was printing not just the Bible, but many different pamphlets and books that were getting out to the masses. Because there's so many copies now in circulation, that made their price decrease. The more of something that's on the market, the less its cost will be. So now it's not just wealthy people living during the Renaissance that can get their hands on reading material. It's even just the average Joe, because the price has decreased so much. Because people have greater access to literature and the Bible and other pieces of writing, that's going to equal a higher literacy rate for people living in Europe during the Renaissance. During the Dark Ages, not many people knew how to read, but during the Renaissance, because of the availability of material to practice reading and to learn how to read, it actually increased the literacy rates dramatically. And that's why the printing press is one of the most important inventions in all of world history. Thanks, Johann Gutenberg!